I don't want people to confuse Michigan with Michigan under Sharon Moore. Michigan and the standard that they have as a program, they compete for national championships. That's what they do at Michigan. Michigan under Sharon Moore is just a good program. But that's not what the program is. That's just what the program was under that specific head coach. So I want to talk about the Sharon Moore situation, more so what I think the future of the Michigan program is going to entail. So, disclaimer, I am an Ohio State fan. I got it. And I know people are going to comment on it. I get it, understand. But I do have to be objective in my commentary here. And objectively speaking, the Michigan job coming open, it changes college football, right? Like a lot of things when that head coaching job gets filled, a lot of things are going to be different. And this is, I don't want to get too much into what happened because there's facts that are being presented and I'm not going to debate facts. I'm not going to argue facts because that would just be nonsensical on my part. But I do want to provide some, opinion in what I think this team could be going forward, right? Sharon Moore under Michigan, he was a good head coach. He was good, right? Like team that was winning 9 games, somewhere around there. He could be that guy for you. But when it comes to being a national championship contender, I don't think that was necessarily in the cards for Michigan under Sharon Moore. Again, he's a good head coach. He could go, I don't know if he can anymore, but I'm just saying he could have went to a program in the Big 12 and they'd probably be very happy with Sharon Moore. He'd probably be getting contract extensions and they would be very happy with the job that he's doing. At Michigan, different story. Michigan, they're kind of like Alabama in a way. Like Michigan is a team that they expect things. Just like Alabama, just like LSU, just like Ohio State. It's one of those programs. Expectations are high with that program because they're one of the elite programs in the country. Yes, they're one of the elite programs in the country. They've consistently won the Big Ten. They won a national championship not even 2 years ago. If that doesn't say elite, I don't know what else does. Then I don't want to be an elite program if you're saying that that's not elite. But I want people to not confuse. I don't want people to confuse Michigan with Michigan under Sharon Moore. Michigan and the standard that they have as a program, they compete for national championships. That's what they do at Michigan. Michigan under Sharon Moore is just a good program. But that's not what the program is. That's just what the program was under that specific head coach. So if you're Michigan, you can go out there and you can big game hunt for a head coach. I think you can swing for the fences. Do I think you're going to hit the home run that you think you're going to hit or that people may imply that they're going to hit when it comes to trying to land a Dan Lanning or a Kurt Cignetti? No, they're not going to do that. But that's not to say that they're not going to end up with a really damn good head coach because I ultimately think the guy that gets this job is Kenny Dillingham from Arizona State. Arizona State and Michigan as a program, who would you rather coach? Let's just be 100% honest with you. I'm an Ohio State fan. I'd rather coach Michigan over Arizona State. That's just what it is. Like when it comes to the business side of things, when it comes to advancing my career, that's what I'm thinking of. And when it comes to that, there's no way you're picking Arizona State over Michigan. And I think that Kenny Dillingham is a really damn good head coach. What was Arizona State before Kenny Dillingham? If Kenny Dillingham can turn Arizona State, a program with not even close to the type of resources that they have over at Michigan and the type of notoriety that they have as a program, what can he do with Michigan? That's the question that I ask. That's why I think it's just such a seamless fit. I would go and I would approach him. He's a young guy. He's a guy at a school that I don't think is going to be able to, like, if Michigan wants Kenny Dillingham, they're going to be able to get him. That's just the matter of fact there. If they want to put a big offer towards him, I don't think Arizona State's going to match that. And I don't think Arizona State can match the resources. And I don't think that they can match the notoriety that the Michigan program comes with. And also another thing to take into consideration when it comes to this job opening, Sharon Moore's buyout was small as it is. I think it was around 18 million. I think it was, or maybe 13 million, one of those two numbers. But they might end up not even having to pay that buyout because they've terminated him with cause, right? It's still not final yet. It has to go through the legal process. But if they end up firing him with cause, they're not going to owe him a buyout. So it's not like one of these programs like LSU where they're going to commit a lot of money to NIL, but they still have to pay big buyouts to Brian Kelly here, right? It's not like one of those situations in Penn State where like they're going to have to pay a buyout for James Franklin. I don't know what the buyout number is for James Franklin because I know he got the Virginia Tech job, but I think you understand what I'm saying. And, you know, Josh Pate is somebody that I very much respect. He was implying on Get Up. Maybe they hire an interim head coach. Maybe, not saying that that's his number one suggestion, just saying that that's something that could potentially happen. I think that would be awful for Michigan. And the reason why is because you have Bryce Underwood with the program. Bryce Underwood, I know he struggled his freshman season, but this is a guy that came into college football with a lot of hype. And rightfully so, because when the good is really good with Bryce Underwood, it's really good. There's NFL traits there. There's high-level Division I quarterback traits there. I still believe in Bryce Underwood. I still think Bryce Underwood is going to be an absolute problem in college football. He's not there yet. Maybe he gets there next year. He was a true freshman starting. But, like, okay, you have an interim head coach coming for the year. So now, like, this isn't the NFL, right? Where you have a quarterback under contract or you draft a quarterback. They're there for 10, 15 years. It's not like that at all. Like college football, like if this guy becomes the quarterback that I think he can become, he has 2 more years at Michigan. He's going to be in the NFL in 2 years. So like from that perspective, I don't think you can hire an interim head coach. I think that would be malpractice. But, you know, the question is, I know a lot of people, Award Manuel, the athletic director over there at Michigan. I know there's people with a lot of questions about him. Should he be the AD anymore? There's been some things with the program while he's, you know, been running things over there. And here's my thing. If they end up with a good head coach, to me, it doesn't matter whose idea it was to hire him, right? Like, is he going to be involved in the coaching search? I would assume he's the athletic director. But, I mean, there's been some shaky things that have been happening in Michigan under his regime. So it's going to be interesting to see, no doubt about it. Do I think they're going to end up with a really good head coach? Yeah. It's one of the best programs in the country. It's one of the premier programs in the country. And, you know, I want to talk about something that Dan Orlovsky said. And as an Ohio State fan, this set me off. He said the other day, Michigan as a program is the 4th program in the Big Ten. And my thing with Dan Orlovsky is he's been making some takes about college football. He's been trying to get more involved in the college football landscape. And his takes are absolutely terrible. They're just like his NFL takes. They're bad. Dan Orlovsky saying that Michigan is the 4th best program in the Big Ten. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Because do we not value national championships? If I'm not mistaken, didn't Michigan win a national championship 2 years ago? Did that not happen? Do national championships that are won not even 2 years ago not matter anymore? This is a team that was consistently winning the Big Ten. They were the premier program in the Big Ten for a few years there under Jim Harbaugh. So I didn't understand that because Michigan and Ohio State, to me, they're the premier programs in the Big Ten. They've done what Indiana and Oregon haven't. What Michigan did not even 2 years ago, Indiana wants to do. Michigan did what they did 2 years ago, what Oregon and Indiana want to do. They both want to win national championships. So when I look at the premier programs in the Big Ten, Michigan and Ohio State have to be up there. They're the last 2 national champions. And then we could talk about the rest of the Big Ten. Then we could talk about Indiana, who won the Big Ten this year. Then we could talk about Oregon, who won the Big Ten last year. Which, by the way, we'll see what happens with Indiana this year. But if they don't win a national championship this year, how in the world can you sit up there and say that they're a better program than Michigan? Do not confuse Michigan under Sharon Moore with Michigan. Yes, Indiana and Oregon are better than Michigan as a program under Jerome Moore, but they're not a better program. There's a difference between the two. Those two schools have outstanding head coaches, just like Michigan had an outstanding head coach. And when Michigan had an outstanding head coach, they won a national championship. Oregon and Indiana have outstanding head coaches. We'll see what happens this year with Indiana, but neither of those two programs have won a national championship. And neither of those programs have the sustained excellence that Michigan has had. I just got to keep it real. As an Ohio State fan, I have to keep it real.